I'm BugeyeBob, and I'm on a mission to resurrect this 1958 Austin Healey Mark I Sprite from this to this, so it doesn't end up in this.
So the first thing I'm doing is laying down this blue marker. Dyechem actually works better, but I have blue marker, so I'm using blue marker. Then nice sharp scribe. I need more blue right down here. Right there. Try to line these edges up as best as I can. For whatever reason, this piece seems to be angled a little bit. But actually, I know this edge right here is a little bit too wide, so I'm going to that I flipped the pattern over. It was like this here, and I have flipped it over here. What I'm doing is I'm using an 1/8 inch piece of aluminum to adjust the width of the gap so that my cut line will be right along where where I want the line on the steel. Because on my torch it just happens to work out to be just about perfectly 1/8 of an inch. And that looks good there. And I'll just go this way on this one. Okay, I think that's it. bottom, and this to repair the firewall. I'm sorry, this to repair the wheel well bottom on the passenger side. Okay, so what I'm doing now, cutting out these corner pieces around here, 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 and here, so that I can bend these beasties up. So, see if I can do it by hand. That seems to be the quickest, easiest way to do it. Let's see here, right. There. And there's that one. Have to pound it a little bit to straighten it out. That's not working very well. Let me try. Let's see how we do with this. The Ostrich Eagles. Not great, but hopefully effective. Where's my little anvil at now? They actually make an air-powered nibbler that would probably work a lot better for this, but I don't have one. This is what I got, so this is what I use. All right, let's take a little bit more smoothing out on those, but that'll be fine. That's cut out, so that's fine. Let's do some cutting here. I have cut out the bad nasty area here, and I've cut out the front part of the sill so that I could get in and see how high up I had to cut this. And what I found is a couple of interesting things. I was hoping that I could put the inner and outer sills on, weld them together, put them on as one piece. I can't do that because this piece right here, which is actually a part of this big piece up here, has to overlay the inner sill. This is the inner sill from here down to here. And then the outer sill goes from up here down around everything else. And if I move this down like so, and twist the camera around like so, and down like so, you can see that the outer sill is spot welded to this piece, which is, so it's kind of like this piece right here is sandwiched between the outer and inner sill, which means I got to put the inner sill on first, and then I can do the outer sill. I have cut, but I haven't bent this patch up for this piece, which will go on right there. Now, one of the problems we have is original metal is 19 gauge. When I was looking for metal, all I could find was 18 gauge, which means this is thicker than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide all that extra thickness on the inside of the footwell because most people will never see it there. And I will do that by lining up this outside with a magnet. Get up on there. Pretty much like so. This will match this level up. I can tack it like this, and that will put the extra thickness on the inside. And that extra thickness I can feel, but it's not a lot. So on the inside, it's not going to matter. Again, this needs to be bent right across here, and I will show, and it needs to be bent right down here. I will show that bending process in a little bit. They kept saying, you've got to use a spot weld splitting tool and an air hammer to split the things apart, and I showed you all the damage that resulted from that. Now, I have cut most of that damage out, got it back to this. I've cut a piece to go into this spot. Whatever side is most visible, that people are most likely to see, I'll use the magnet on that side to anchor the piece down. So I'll hit a few spots around there. This has got a bend in it that I've got to take care of. And then I got to weld across the bottom there. But when I'm done, yeah, you might see the patch depending upon how good my weld is. But it's going to be ending up underneath of the footwell and down inside of the side of the inside of the motor, or the engine compartment, so not too big of a deal. Well, as sometimes happens, I lost the audio for the first few minutes of this portion of the video. And let's see where we get to. This is just setup. So what I have here is a piece of metal that I'm going to get set to bend. And you can see that in some spots, I've just drawn a line on there with a scribe. It's kind of hard to see that. So I use a little bit of blue marker and a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit easier to see. But if you actually take and put a bunch of blue marker on, as I do here, and draw the line through it, it makes it a lot easier to see. So I used a blue magic marker. Dicam works a little bit better because it cleans off a little bit better, but you do you. The problem I got is some of these bends, I have to figure out what order I'm going to do them in, because some of them you're not going to be able to do
once you've done other bends. So for instance, that right there, I can't make that bend because it's going to hit something. I can't do it over there because it's going to hit something. So I'm going to have to manually figure out how to do that bend and not do it on the bending brake. The one on this side I can do because it bends up fine. The long bends I can do because they bend up fine. But that one where that lip is going to be a problem. This is what the end of the die looks like. You can see it's a real sharp edge. And the goal is to set that die right on the very line itself so that it puts the middle of the bend right where that line is. That's what our goal is. So when I start lining these up, right here, I'm trying to get the piece of that upper die so that it sits right on that scribe line. There we go, okay. So you can see right along the bottom of that die, the upper die, you can see where that shiny line is. That's the line that I want to bend on. So that needs to slide back just a tiny, tiny bit so that it's right underneath of that die. Slide that piece back. Oh, there we go, a little bit more. Straighten it out, a little bit more. Yep, that looks good. Tighten it down now. Run your upper die down. There we go, and there's our first bend. Now, what's that look like? What we want is a 90-degree bend, and we didn't get quite a 90-degree bend, so we'll push it a little bit more. And let's see, will we see a 90-degree bend? Apparently that's good enough. So now we'll do the other bend on this piece and line it up very carefully. And in a way, you kind of wish you had another person helping you because you could get the piece lined up and they could run the arm down just to get it tight. There we go. Now bend. And you'll see that that one bend on the end had clearance to go up alongside the die. Didn't get it bent quite as far as we needed. Come down, hit it again, and now we should have, oh, nope. Let's try hitting it one more time. Tighten that up, tighten that up, tighten that up. And there we have a good 90-degree bend. That's better, or is that good enough? No. There we go, that looks good. Give her a hit, come on, hit it, hit it, hit it. Yay, harder, harder, harder. That's not a 90-degree bend, that's about an 87-degree bend. Give it a little bit more. There you go, tighten it right down on it. There we go, now we got a 90-degree bend, that's better. What do we got coming up next here? Anything good? Get rid of those two. Now I need to change the dies around.
good 66 degrees, which is slightly more than 45. That looks like 45. That looks like 66. Probably supposed to be 24, but if this is done, when it's done right, that should work. All right. Enough with that device. We'll use the Fitzy fabrication way of doing things. Shit, can I? Yes, I can. You know what? We can line this up just like this. And start to bend with the vise. I should have made that bend before I made this one. What we got to do now is tighten this up a little bit. I'm not bending it up perfectly on the line, but it's close. Let's see. This piece goes in here. It needs some adjustment. But that piece goes in there something like that. Huh, got bit. Apparently all automotive repairs require a blood sacrifice. This takes a small piece. Where the hell is that piece at? This piece goes in there, like so, which looks good, except that it's a little long. We come around here and go up to there. You can see that this ended up a little long. But it's okay because I can cut off this part here and that will just move this angle down to where it lines up with the existing angle. Like so. So that's okay. This goes like this. This piece goes like this. like so. This piece is supposed to go in right here, like so. And this up here is dented in, so it's got to be bashed out some. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button down there. Tell people about it. Comment on it. Comments help a lot. Likes help a lot. Likes and comments help get this content shared with other people. I think if you watch around at the other people who claim they're doing restorations, they don't show you all of the nitty-gritty stuff that I go through or that anyone goes through when they're restoring something like this. This is probably one of the worst case scenarios with all the significant rust damage on it. A lot of them, it's like, yeah, we restored this and there was some rust, so we cut it out here and we put it in a brand new panel. Well, yeah, that's fine, but what did you do to actually get that done? Well, then we went on and we did this. So they cut days worth of work down into just a couple of minutes. Yeah, okay. But if that's all you really want to know is, basically all I got to do is read the title of their video and it says, we restored yada, yada, yada. Okay, tells you all you need to know. Unless you want to know how it's done and you want to know what kind of problems can I run into. So that's what I'm all about. A little bit different. Again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Become a member on Patreon if you can. It's $4 or $5 a month. Hell, most people spend that much in coffee in a month. You can donate to help restore this thing. It takes a lot of money to restore something. Some of these parts I have to import from the UK because that's where the replacement parts are made. That it's not cheap. I'm trying to go as cheap as I can on this project, but sometimes you reach a point where the only thing you can do is buy the part that's available, and that part that's available is kind of expensive. So I'd appreciate any help that you folks can give, and I want you all to have an absolutely fantastic life. Thank you very much. BugeyeBob, over and out.
Well, folks, that's it for this episode of BugeyeBob. I really appreciate you watching and hope that, like me, you've learned a few things to do or maybe not to do in this episode. Please like and comment on this video as it encourages YouTube to share it with others and helps grow the channel. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell to get notified when new videos are released. If you'd like to support this channel and save Lazarus from the recycle furnace, you can now make a one-time or recurring donation through PayPal. You can also support this restoration project by becoming a member at patreon.com/BugeyeBob. Patreon members get early access to the videos and in the future will enjoy question and answer sessions and live streams. As this channel grows, future Patreon member benefits will include bonus or extended videos, member names in the credits, and the ability to suggest topics for future videos. You can follow this BugeyeBob restoration on YouTube and Facebook. You'll find the links in the description below for PayPal, Patreon, YouTube, and Facebook. Once again, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and supporting this channel.